Right.
Welcome to the fullest. I am Matt, and Chris and McKay are joining me today. Today we are doing DC tier list of dads, courtesy of Chris. So thank you for that. Number
I'm kind of scared for this to see where one of my favorite DC characters falls.
All right. So first up, Joe West.
I would say a good dad.
I would put him
To a
up top tier. I thought he was pretty great. We can hear you, Chris.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
I
hear you.
I wish he were my dad. I mean, and he is daddy tier. I think so. Yeah, that's I put him in daddy, or I wish you were my dad.
Ra's al Ghul.
Ooh, yeah.
Expectations were low, but holy fuck.
I mean, see, if we look at how he treats Talia, he'd go in father because he does have his nice moments, but then we remember how he treated Nissa, and then we remember how he treated Dusan, the guy he never even mentioned and told to get out of his sight because
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna go with the bad dad at the most.
I would say call authorities. He's pretty fucked.
Yeah.
Constantine.
No, it's Jim Gordon.
Oh, Jim Gordon.
Yeah.
I would say a good dad. He's not necessarily the greatest dad to
Yeah,
Barbara.
I mean he was a decent dad to Barbara. To Jim Jr., he wasn't that great, but Jim Jr. kind of went with his mom to Chicago, so it's not it's not Jim's fault.
Oh,
Fricom,
expectations were low, but
low.
holy fuck.
Yeah. Robert Queen. Yeah, I'm putting him in bad dad. Because this is specifically the new visit to Robert Queen.
Yeah.
He was the reason Oliver ended up on the island. So
Yeah.
David Kane, call the authorities.
Actually, I love.
All right, scroll down. Who's the next one?
It's General Sam Lane, I think.
Oh.
I would
I think.
say father, not
Yeah,
necessarily
I would
dad,
say
but
bad dad.
father.
He's a dick.
I mean, I think it just depends on the version. But yeah, I mean, I'd say father. Can split the difference and say father because he has his moments. Sportsmaster.
I want to
All
say
the
authorities, but probably bad dad.
Yeah, I mean, if it's season 1 and 2, Sportsmaster, he'd go in bad dad, but with the way he's portrayed in the flashbacks in season 4, I'm just putting him in Call the Authorities. He broke 10-year-old Artemis's arm.
Yeah, I mean, like he did like spare them though.
Yeah, but still.
But yeah,
Man Bat, I mean, even though he turned himself into a bat, he's actually a dad. He doesn't treat his children badly, even the one of his kids that never turned back into a human. Yeah, there he has a son called Aaron who is just a literal man bat kid
yeah.
wearing clothes, which is hilarious.
I'm gonna say bad dad.
Yeah, okay. Sinestro.
my expectations were low, but holy fuck.
I think
Yeah,
it's fair.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I think this is yeah, it's Wally West. I'm putting him in good dad.
Good dad. Oh, dark side. Oh, dark side.
Questions asked.
Right where you belong. Expectations were low, but fuck.
Barry, um,
Daddy, he was a great father to his kids.
yeah, but he never mentions the tornado twins. ever. He never mentions his kids. He came back to life. Iris came back to the present. They left their kids behind in the future.
That almost sounds like call the authorities. I'm gonna put him in call the authority.
I think it's less Barry forgot. It's more DC forgot.
Yeah. That was
But
a
then
thing.
But then they have to remember where the hell does Bart come from? Who's his dad?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm putting him in dad. Yes. The Riddler expectations were low, but holy fuck.
I would say call the authorities on
I didn't even know
Riddler.
he was a
The
dad,
Rid-
to be honest.
The Riddler
He-
killed his own daughter.
Yeah, fair point. Deathstroke, I would actually put Deathstroke as a good dad.
Let him and call the authorities. He fucking killed his own dog.
um uh, I'm putting him in bad dad because he did try with Jericho. He fucked up Grant, and when Geoff Johns decided to write him as a complete asshole for no reason, well, I mean, okay, he wasn't a great character with Marv Wolfman, but Geoff Johns decided to have him drug Rose for no reason, so I'm putting him in bad dad because he's a little bit better than David Kane. David Kane raised Cass to be unable to speak, and Slade wouldn't do that. And again, I don't know if Slade is better than Sportsmaster, but yeah. Okay, Lucius Fox.
I'd say good dad.
Yeah, me too.
He tried saving his kids and steering them towards the right way.
Okay, Alfred.
Daddy.
He's daddy.
Yeah, he is.
Aquaman.
I would say I wish he were my dad.
Yeah, me too.
Like he did cut off his own arm at one point to save his son.
Yeah, and he
Yeah,
did
he
lose
did.
he did lose his son, but he took in both Garth and Jackson. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Arrow-
Oliver.
is
I'm gonna put
specifically this is specifically Arrowverse Oliver because Arrowverse Oliver is a better dad than the comics Oliver in my opinion.
I'd put him, and I wish he were my dad.
Yeah, me too. Because yeah, Batman.
Expectations were low, but holy fuck.
No, actually, no.
I-
I would actually put him at father.
Yeah, I'd say father or dad. I mean,
I would not put him higher than bad dad.
I'd put him in father.
No, the reason why I put
He tormented all of them.
He's not that terrible. I mean, if we're holding up to that standard, then Oliver would be lower. But then again, this is
Yeah,
Arrowverse
yeah.
because Oliver fucked Roy's life up, and
He was trying to help him. Roy was
Yeah.
just a stubborn asshole who did whatever he wanted anyways.
But also you have to factor in like you have to factor in with Bruce the two personas, Bruce and Batman.
Yeah, but this is Batman.
yeah, but I'm thinking of both.
I'm thinking of both because Bruce took in Dick Grayson when Dick Grayson had no one.
and he
He
took
took
in,
Yeah,
He
he
took in Dick
tormented
Grayson,
them.
and then he
yeah,
beat the
and
shit out of him.
he took Jason Todd in because he felt personally responsible for Two-Face killing Jason's dad. So
And not just that, I put him in father because at least he tried.
yeah, he tried. He just
Like he
Oh yeah, because
try-
child abuse is a good try. Good job.
it was like he was a mentally immature 27-year-old who suddenly had a 12-year-old kid to take care of.
Yeah, and not just that, he also had a lot of trauma, and a lot of the trauma kind of led him to forcing those kids into vigilantism.
Yeah, they all had trauma though.
Yeah.
And he beats on them to make things even worse. No wonder Jason had a temper.
But he's not as bad as any of the ones in Bad Dad currently. And
Yeah,
so I'd say father. That's probably
father. That's
Yeah.
what I was trying to say.
Black Manta.
I would say call the authorities.
I would say dad.
I would actually say Dad because he doesn't seem to be that bad of a father to Jackson, at least in the current comics.
Yeah.
Because this is the comics version. This is not Young Justice. He just hates Aquaman. He doesn't care about his son, but he doesn't hate his son or anything like that. So maybe father would be better, but I mean he seems to at least take interest in who his son is dating and all that right now. So who cares? Chief, no, from Doom Patrol.
Well,
Call the authorities.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, expertise.
Holy fuck.
I mean, he did cause all those accidents. So Superman, specifically comic Superman.
I would say
I'm putting
good
him.
I
In,
would
I'm putting
I
him
would
in
say
daddy.
good dad. I would
Yeah.
say good dad.
That's a good dad too.
Yeah.
Deadshot.
I was also say good dad.
Good
Yeah.
dad as well.
Yeah.
It's just his line of work,
Yeah.
really.
Merlin.
Like expectations were low, but holy fuck.
Honestly, fuck him.
Comics Oliver. Yeah, I'm putting him in father right, right next to, slightly below Bruce. I mean,
I would put him at dad.
yeah, okay. Because he tried after he had a midlife crisis, and he tried
Are
with
you
me.
allowing your bias to get to you there, Matt?
No, he was like bankrupt, and he was still trying to take after them.
Oh, but he knew Connor when Connor he was there when Connor was born and willingly abandoned him. He didn't meet Connor again until Connor was an adult. So
So, I mean, at least he didn't leave him in the woods.
true.
Oh, Batman.
AI Jor-El, specifically the one from Smallville. I'm putting him in Call of the Authorities.
That's fair.
Jor-El the man. I'm putting him in Good Dad.
Yeah, I would say good dad.
Mento.
Expectations were low. Piece of shit.
Lionel Luthor.
Call the authorities.
Call the authorities.
Oh, I was rewatching Smallville season 10, seeing Lionel call Tess simply inferior while comparing her to Lex, and I was like, wait, what's the lowest tier on my list? Call the authorities. Yeah, I'm making a new one. I specifically made the expectations below tier because of Lionel.
There.
Oh,
Thomas Wayne.
I wish you were my dad. He
Yeah,
literally
same.
sacrificed himself.
Roy Harper.
I mean,
I would say
I want to say between father and bad dad.
I'd say father.
Roy was. I think Roy was a good dad, at least right at the end. It wasn't his fault he fucked up, but
I would say father.
I'd put him in dad.
I mean, like, it's tough because like he was a drug addict, and
But
then
I
after
mean,
he lost his daughter, like he went on a rampage.
but he might have kicked the addiction for a while after he had right before he got Leanne, and he really only relapsed after she died. So
Yeah.
you know, Morpheus. Mm. I mean, I'd say bad. I'd say bad dad, but he is a godlike being. Can you really?
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
bad dad.
Jonathan Kent, he's daddy.
Oh yeah.
Daddy. definitely.
Silas Stone. Mm. Yeah, he
Father.
wasn't.
I would say dad.
Yeah, I mean,
The,
I'd say
he
father
wasn't
because
the. Well, hear me out. He tried saving Victor.
yeah,
After he neglected him.
and
Yeah, after
he did pay for Titan's Tower, so out of his own pocket. So there is that.
I would say dad. He's not the greatest dad.
Yeah,
He's definitely not a bad dad. And he's at least being more than just a sperm donor.
yeah. Now, Superman from Superman and Lois. I'd
I
say
wish you were my dad.
yeah, same.
Sure.
And
Lex
Lex,
Luthor.
expectations were low, but holy fuck.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even put him there. I would say castrate him now. He has kids.
All right. Now we have to organize them.
Yeah.
Alfred or Jonathan.
Hey, Alfred is
Okay.
still a little ahead.
I wish you were my dad.
Honestly, Joe West is still
Still, yeah.
yeah. I mean,
I would put Thomas Wayne a little ahead of Aquaman.
yeah. Let's see. Oliver.
Thomas Wayne did give the ultimate sacrifice.
I mean, so did Oliver, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he technically should be here because he saved the entire multiverse.
Yeah. Clark, well, Clark isn't he tries, but he and Lois do kind of emotionally neglect their autistic coded son and the other son who doesn't even have any power, so he it's completely over it. So
Maybe down here.
yeah, maybe.
All right.
Okay.
Jim Gordon.
Drop him down at dad.
Wally, honestly, Wally is great as a dad. His kids seem to go missing because DC keeps destroying his life.
Yeah, I mean, that's not really his fault.
No. It's all because they brought Barry back and they keep
Yeah.
stealing Wally's thunder.
I would put Deadshot here.
Yeah, that Clark Clark kind of lost his son for I don't know how many years did they age John up because they decided to randomly write in that he got kidnapped and thrown into another dimension for where he was tortured by Ultraman for years.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Bendis run of Superman was awful.
Yeah.
Okay, so that seems fitting. Black Manta on the same level as all
I
these
like
other
when they
guys.
moved him up.
Yeah, okay. But I'm like, he's not a good dad though. He's a father, but he's not a
Mhm.
bad dad. He's just not a good dad.
Well, I'll put him here then.
Okay.
He's better than Jim, I think.
Actually, you could put Jim down at bad dad. I'm gonna say why.
Okay, why?
And I'm gonna say Harley Quinn show, Jim Gordon.
Yeah, I don't count the Harley Quinn show for anything. The Harley Quinn show is a show that I gave up on after one season. King Shark is the only part of it I like.
I actually like what's the one character I actually like in it is Poison Ivy.
I mean, I'm 50-50 on their portrayal of her, but yeah, I don't know.
But even in the regular continuity, like even in, like he's often portrayed as an alcoholic.
Oh, definitely. And I mean,
So maybe put him as father and not a dad.
Yeah, I mean, he was a bit of a workaholic, and
Then
that
he
is,
stunned Barbara when he found out too.
yeah. And I mean, his being him being a good friend to Bruce is probably why he, he and Barbara Keane got divorced and all that, and why he is a terrible dad because he never spent any time at home.
Mm.
So yeah, that's fair. So yeah, Bruce and Roy are both better dads than Sam Lane.
I put Sam laid down at bad dad.
Yeah, actually,
He's kind of abusive towards Lois.
yeah, especially both
I
Lois and
actually,
Bruce.
I would, because he's military, I would actually put him down further to call the authorities.
Yeah,
Um, like the way he treats Lois, and like Lois's upbringing,
yeah, and the way he
and
treated him.
and if his higher ups would found out, yeah,
Yeah,
he'd be going to the stockade
mhm.
and being charged under a military justice.
And the way he treated Lois was only slightly better than how he treated Lucy. So
It's almost borderline expectations were low,
yeah,
but I'm going to
I
give
mean,
him some benefit of the doubt as I call the authorities.
yeah, I mean, me, I had to balance like there are all those different versions of him, and I was like, okay, so he's a good dad in Superman and Lois. What was he like in Smallville again? Oh yeah, he's there. He'd be in expectations were low, but he'd be below that because
Mm.
okay, so
And it would be like the same thing with Bruce, right?
yeah,
Depends
like
on the version of Batman.
yeah, like yeah, and like if I had included the Arrowverse version of Robert Queen, he would have been a lot higher. But I specifically included the New 52 version because he's the only version of the comics version from the comics that I've seen. And he's generally horrible. He was a bad dad to Oliver and an even worse dad to Emiko. So
Yeah.
yeah, Man Bat. I mean, the only time I've seen him be a dad to any of his family is in one of the animated movies and in the No Man's Land arc. And in that arc, they seem to work pretty well as a family, even though they randomly turned into bats.
Hmm.
Because they had a few normal kids and then they had a kid who was like a human bat hybrid and they treated him just like one of the kids. So I was like, okay, he must be a decent dad then.
Yeah.
Maybe put him up to father.
Yeah. And then we get Slade, who I mean he's never been a great dad, but he goes from being a father to being borderline expectations below, depending on who's writing him. So
All the authorities.
because especially if it's from any of the if it's from any of the stuff outside of the comics that besides the Arrowverse, it'd be called the authorities, or if it were the Titans version, it'd be expectations were low, but holy fuck,
Yeah.
you're going to infiltrate the Titans. Then I'm going to cut out your eye.
Sportsmaster, I'm putting in call the authorities.
Yeah.
Like he should have been prosecuted.
He like I said, he broke 10-year-old Artemis's arm. And when he found out she'd been giving Jade some extra food, he decided not to feed Artemis for several days.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's horrible. He kind of makes Ra's al Ghul seem like a saint in comparison.
That's not an easy feat to do.
I contemplated including the sensei too, but I have no idea how the sensei treated Ra's al Ghul
Mm.
because I know their father and son, but I have no idea what the relationship is like. But yeah, AI Jor-El should be and expectations were low, but holy fuck. He literally had a contingency in place
Mhm.
to kill his own son.
What about Morpheus?
Um, I mean, his worst crime was being neglectful, but still, that's pretty horrible. I mean, yeah, he did kill Orpheus, but he did it to put him out of his misery. He was already a decapitated head. So
I would actually say father for that.
Yeah.
Like he's putting, like, yes, he's killing his son, but at least he's showing compassion and empathy.
yeah, and like that was I think the first time Morpheus was shown having actual emotions because that was the first time we saw him cry after he did that. So I wonder how they're gonna do that in the Netflix show because they they keep changing stuff, minor stuff, but they're getting close to that arc.
Hey,
And show.
Chris, I wish you added one character on this list.
Which one?
Lucifer Morningstar from the TV show.
Yeah, I probably should have.
Because, and you know where I would have actually put him?
Where?
His daughter in the show is like, oh, Lucifer like abandoned me.
Hmm.
And like she was raised by mom, but wouldn't she realize it wouldn't like she and he tries to go and tries to help in like Lucifer's style
Hmm? Huh.
when he figures it out, but like just misses the mark. I would actually put him as a good dad
Yeah, I mean,
if he was on this list.
yeah,
But in daughter realizes why he wasn't there. Then it clicked for her.
All right, Lex Luthor.
Lex
He
Luthor,
needs fuck Lex Luthor. He needs to be fucking castrated.
he's generally awful. He is awful. He's
There are worse
Fucking
people on this
awful.
column that are a lot worse than him.
like I mean, Tricon is a demon. Darkseid is literally the god of evil. Lex Luthor, he's just an asshole.
Lex Luthor is just an asshole.
Lex and Lionel are just assholes. They have no reason to be so awful, but they are. Like at least Merlin cared about his daughter, even though he ruined the life of his son. And Sinestro, he does seem to have some feelings for his daughter, and I mean, he in Injustice he sacrificed his life to save her. So
After he killed like almost half the Lantern Corps.
yeah, that's true. But he hates the Lanterns more than he hates anything else. So that's. But I'm not talking about them as people because as people, some of these would be a lot
Luthor
higher.
needs to go down all the way to the end.
Oh, Luthor definitely needs to be. The only guy who might be lower than Lex Luthor would be Lionel Luthor.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Say that.
But that's only because Lionel Luthor was literally based on Lex Luthor in the older comics. So
Yeah.
yeah, they're all horrible. There's really no redeeming them. Like
I stand by my comment. I want to castrate Lex. I stand by that shit.
I even contemplated should I even put Lex on there because he doesn't have any kids, but then I remembered he does have Connor though. So
Yeah.
And how he treats Connor is absolute piss
yeah,
poor. Treats him like not even as a human being.
I mean he literally put in a mind control program in his head that made him shave his hair. So yeah, that they're all
Riddler we can put and call the authorities. Yeah, he killed his daughter.
Yeah, but that, yeah,
But he didn't go to the level that Lex did.
that's true. And I mean, Mento is a bad dad, but like he's he's not a bad person or anything like that.
He's a terrible person.
I mean, he's a dick, but it's like compared to these other guys,
Compared to Lex,
compared compared to even compared to Sinestro at his best. Yeah.
I'm not putting Riddler higher.
Uh, we're not putting Chief higher. Chief doesn't suit. Calder can stay in a rot where he.
Yeah.
I thought about putting John Constantine on there, but I don't think he has any kids in canon. He does in Injustice, but I don't think he does in the main canon.
Mhm.
Of,
go ahead and put higher.
But who?
As in Iris's dad. I can't remember his first name, like Captain West.
Joe
Joe.
West.
Put him in daddy. He at least does everything he should be doing.
So
Yeah.
funny how they changed the name of Iris's dad in the show because in the comics he has the lamest name ever. Well, I'm not gonna say lame, but most unoriginal name ever. It's Ira West. Get it? Because his daughter is called Iris, and he has to be a Ira.
Oh,
And I was like, that's lame.
yeah.
And then the show just went, yeah, let's just call him Joe. It's the most normal name ever, but at least it's better than.
All right, I
Oh,
think this looks good.
yeah, I think this is pretty good. There were some people there were some characters I thought about putting on there, but decided against.
And now how I mentioned that you should have put Lucifer on there.
Yeah, I thought about Lucifer.
I also you should have also put in the presence, aka God, on there. And
Yeah,
I would have put God as expectations were low, but holy fuck.
I mean that. Yeah, that's just obvious. I thought about putting Zeus on there, but then I was like, he's automatically lower than the expectations were low.
At
So,
least
yeah.
with what really fucking happens.
Yeah, there's.
All right, well, like 5 minutes left. I think we got through that pretty quickly.
Yeah.
More relatively than our other ones we've done. But yeah,
Should I make one for Marvel too?
yeah, do it.
Marvel Dad.
Big one for Marvel.
Should I make one for DC moms too? With that?
Yeah, do it. DC moms and then Marvel dads and Marvel moms.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make one for video games.
Right.
Actually, no, I'm gonna make one for Halo. I think you actually. I'm gonna make Parrot yeah, I'm gonna do one for Halo. I think would be kind of fun to do.
Yeah.
We can do. I'll do like a mixture of characters for Halo. It'd be fun. Some of them are going to be from the novels and expanded lore.
Maybe I'll do like Star Wars dads or something.
Actually, hey Matt, why don't you and I come up with Star Wars dads together?
Yeah, sure. All right. I think this concludes this episode because we're almost out of time. We'll see you guys soon.
Right.